Hello everybody, I'm TychoCelchuuu and welcome to a Company of Heroes 2 shoutcast between PSG Red X-Wings, who you may remember from some of my previous shoutcasts so long ago. I know it's been so long, but I've had stuff going on in my life and now I don't, so here we are. And Thunderhun playing as the Soviets, PSG Red X-Wings is playing as the Ostherr, and we're on Angleville, so it's a pretty classic matchup on a map that was classic in the original Company of Heroes 2. We have two conscript squads coming out right off the bat and two machine guns coming off right off the bat. I actually have trouble seeing this machine gun because I'm recording right now and my recording software DxTory puts the sort of recording notification here in the upper left, and I have right here it says 60 frames per second is my game, and then down here is the recording frames per second. So anyways, it's covering it up, but I'm pretty sure that's a machine gun. So we have a 2 MG versus 2 conscript start, which it means this is going to be an exciting match right off the bat. It's going to be interesting to see how the German player makes use of these machine guns. They are, of course, extremely powerful here on Angleville. On the right-hand side, they can lock things down by getting in a building. On the left-hand side, they can lock things down because they can cover a wide swath. But of course, on the right, it's not too tough to flank them. There's all these hedgerows and sight blockers and stuff. And then on the left, it's not too tough to flank them either because these hedgerows here let you get around behind them. So the Soviet player is going to have to figure out exactly what to do about these MGs as soon as they see the first one. And now they're about to see in one moment here, and they see it because it hops into the building, and the Soviet player immediately reacts. This is the highest ranking auto match right now. I think both these players are pretty good. So the Soviet definitely has their shit together because we have Molotov's research, doesn't even have the munitions for it yet, about to take up to 15, and then he'll be able to throw a Molotov. He's getting his conscripts right in here so that he can toss a Molotov and immediately probably hop into this building when they hop out, or destroy the machine gun as it burns to death, but he isn't able to get the Molotov off fast enough. That one munitions just took too long to tick up. His two squads got suppressed here, so he got the Molotov off and forced them out of the house, but wasn't able to take the house himself, or herself, wasn't able to kill the machine gun squad or even chase it on the retreat. Wasn't even able to force a retreat on the MG squad. It was just able to hop out of the house. So that was a really interesting stalemate there. The German didn't win because none of the conscripts died or anything like that. In fact, that is the first death in this match, that one engineer going down. And the Soviet didn't win because the Soviet wasn't able to take the location back. Now we have another assault coming in from the Soviets. These combat engineers doing a good job scouting things out so that the conscripts know how to move in without getting caught by the MG. The MG is now setting up, and the Soviet player sees this, so in with the combat engineers. Not going to do a lot of damage, but that little amount of chip damage might be enough. Yeah, they do knock a person off the thing. These two people, remember, they have MP40s and they're in green cover, so they're not going to do too bad versus these conscripts, especially with these pioneers firing. But this, again, is all just a distraction, recall, and the Soviet player is able to do enough damage, push the MG off, so that is a victory for the Soviets, including the fact that the Soviet is capping the entire left-hand side of the map with 2 conscript squads, so that's an interesting choice. Soviet player using the combat engineers here to fight, that despite their lack of effectiveness. And capping with the conscripts. Normally you would see players, if they want to fight, using the conscripts fighting and using the combat engineers to cap stuff, but the Soviet player is trying to throw as few resources into this as possible. Notice just using the 1 conscript squad here, and now setting up another conscript squad to replace the combat engineers, just trying to get the capping done ASAP on the left-hand side of the map. We'll see how this works out for the Soviets. Meanwhile, back capping with some pioneers for the Germans, and the pioneers are just coming out fast and furious. We have 3 pioneer squads and 3 machine guns, 2 on the field and 1 being built, and that is some cool teching. And we just have conscript spam by the Soviets. Nothing so surprising from there. We've got the building stolen by the Soviets now. So things, I think, are looking pretty good for the Soviets. It is very tough to claw your way back with just machine guns. You have to micro very well because machine guns obviously are not things that fire on the move. They need to be set up. They need to find a nice place to go, and this machine gun gets caught out, but it won't have any trouble taking out these conscripts. They're a bit deep behind enemy lines. They try and rod to get either into the building or maybe just behind the building for a shot blocker, but isn't able to work. So that's step 1 in taking back the map for the Germans. We'll have to see. Maybe the Germans has enough machine guns over here, it looks like it, to hold the Soviets away from taking this part, unless he gets flanked here. Two pioneer squads are going to be enough to hold off these conscripts if these guys get into the fight, but there is the Molotov tossed, and we don't have a retreat on the machine gun, so nice reposition there. And so it looks like the German is going to be able to hold things for now. Too many conscript squads back at base, just the one over here possibly to flank, but that's far too far away, and it's going to cap the fuel anyways. So Soviet player, just by overextending a little bit here, trying to chase down the Pio squad, which is totally understandable. If he had killed that Pio squad, it would have been worth it, but by overextending, he just gave up a bit too much map control, and the German already had such a good hold here that the Soviet wasn't able to pull off an attack there. The German was able to hold, and so now we're back at the stalemate that we had a couple minutes ago. This is such an action-packed game for only 5 minutes in. I am so pumped. Are you pumped? Oh, we chose the doctrine things. Oh, let's look at these things. Oh, look, an MG42. 2 MG42 doctrines, 4% increased rate of fire, 10% more experience. Those seem pretty good. I don't know. Maybe the rate of fire is so high that kind of doesn't matter anyways. But the 10% increased experience seems pretty good. What's going on over here? And then conscripts. Totally reasonable. 4 pioneers. What's our teching look like? Versus German player, no teching up at all. The German player is sitting on almost 80 fuel. No teching whatsoever. That's a bit odd. You might as well just research this right away, especially because you got the manpower. Don't know what the German player is holding back, what the German player's teching plan is. And Jesus, the Red Hordes advance. Here they come. Thunder Hun is not kidding around in this game, and those pioneers need to get their shit together. Yeah. Trying to decap that, but not worth the risk. And wow, not too hard of a flank on the MG where the fuck it was, but looks like the Soviet player is going to be in a pretty good position. This MG trying to be defensive, it's facing out the wrong fucking way of that building, which is exciting. This MG may be going to do a good job if these guys run straight down the road, but they can hop in this building pretty fast. The MG doesn't even have sight. Now it just barely has sight. They're just going to retreat. We'll have to see how this MG does during the versus the conscripts. I think it's probably going to own them. 4 of them can shoot at here, but now they're being hit by MGs from 2 sides. So yeah, you can't stick around. You can think of buildings as really good cover, but when you're this close to the machine gun, it's going to be pretty accurate firing at you. You're going to take a lot of damage, and it just won't keep you safe forever. You got to have a plan B. Not a plan B, but a further plan A has to... How the fuck... Oh, they got flamethrowers. Was he throwing a Molotov cocktail and someone shot it out of his hands? I didn't think that could happen in this video game. Because it can't. And wouldn't it be cool if it could? No, it wouldn't be cool. That's a stupid idea, and we should thank the Lord that Relic didn't think of that one and put it in the game, because it would have been stupid. Stupid and terrible. Like many of Relic's ideas in this game, like capturing vehicles. But they made that better in one of the later patches. Much less likely to decrew a vehicle now, which is good. Now all they have to do is take it out completely. Okay, no, but it's fun. It's fun. I don't know. So there's the power of Ura right there. Never underestimate what you can do if you can just sprint like a motherfucker and get out of the arc of the MG. And this poor thing is like, I'm ready to shoot. You just step like 3 inches behind you. But to no avail, these pioneers are owned. This mortar squad is exactly the ticket to get back into the game even more. I guess the Soviet player is not out of the game, but looking at map control, things are looking pretty bad. Soviet player not putting much effort into holding the left. We did have that attack a little while ago that came in and swept the Pioneer squad off, but then everybody sort of headed right to try and take the right, and that left the left conscript assault package. We should start looking at this shit soon, but yeah, the Soviet player not putting a lot of resources into the left-hand side of the map, and the German player really correctly reading that. Good job there, sending some expeditionary forces out here. Just some pioneers to poke, and that's all it takes. Poke them with the pioneers. That's Himmler used to say that all the time. He'd be like, "Pox them with the pioneers. That will be how we win the war." And everyone's like, "Shut up, Himmler. You don't even know." What do we got? We got some teching out. Oh, it's not some teching, it's the doctrine thing. The SDKFZ mortar half-track. So that's an interesting choice. That's actually a really good response to the Soviet mortar, because a mortar half-track, very not vulnerable to your opponent's mortar the way your own mortar would be. Not at all immobile the way that a normal mortar would be, in the way that your machine guns already are, and just really easy to get into position and counter barrage your opponent's mortar, put it wherever you want. Angeville is the kind of map where it's nice to have a very mobile mortar, because that didn't even make a fucking noise when it landed. Because sometimes you're on the left-hand side, sometimes you're on the right-hand side. You just want to be where you want to be, and a mobile mortar can do that. Does it have any kills yet? No. And the bunker medic station complete. Yeah, I was definitely expecting that to come out at some point. That's kind of a no-brainer when you're going this heavy into the infantry, but you know, you need your pioneers to build it, and since the pioneers are the frontline troops in this fight, it took a little while to get to that position. These guys are idle. Is microing something? Clearly microing something. Oh, now they're moving. One of the annoying things about having a lot of machine guns is that when they're retreated back to your base, you can't just like select them and right-click out somewhere in the boondocks unless you commit to sort of catching them before they make it to their destination, because you don't want them to just like show up somewhere and be chilling out and then maybe auto set up their gun pointing in a stupid direction when they see a bad guy or something and some stupid shit. Was there a mine over here in the first place, or is this just prophylactic minesweepers? We may never know, friends. We may never know. I'm predicting prophylactics. That is my prediction, and if I'm wrong, you can write me at my home address and I will send you an apology through the internet. So what I'm doing is I'm making this too much of a pain in the ass for anyone to do, especially because nobody knows my home address, I hope. Or do you? Wow, these guys are lined up in a nice little row. Oh god, they're shooting each other, and that they died. They died. That was just a really tragic turn of events. I'm weeping. How many mortars do we have? Is this just the one? No, there's 2. Okay, that explains it. 4 kills and 0 kills. Man, what a weird build order. Spam pyos and machine guns, then transitioned into mortar half-tracks. Is, I suspect, the flexible build order that this player has, not just the thing Red Wings always does, both because I don't recall Red Wings doing this in the previous games I casted, and because I imagine some of this is a response to the Soviet mortar, which has 0 kills and not a lot of health after that shell landed on top of the... Whoa, Jesus fucking Christ. I feel like sometimes when things hit level geometry, it like neutralizes the effectiveness, and sometimes when they hit level geometry, it's as if they just landed next to you and I can't tell the difference. God, I don't know if Relic can tell the difference. I don't know if anybody can tell. Oh, motherfucker, we got these things. Partisans. Partisan tank hunters. Those are the perfect response to a mortar half-tracks on a map like this, but a terrible response to literally everything else the German has, and they're realizing this right now, because they're like, fuck this, we gotta get out of here. That thing is so huge. Were they really that big in real life? They must have been. Or were they? It's a mystery. No one can ever solve it. What's happening over here? These guys need to move. I guess maybe the plan was they were going to stick around here and these guys were going to oorah behind the machine gun, but they took a detour to flank the other machine gun, leaving their friends high and dry. And that was the end for that, and we still have a fucking stalemate 12 minutes into this game. It's so exciting. I don't know who's going to win. If you know who's going to win, write me at my home address and I'll not do anything about it except get kind of creeped out. Don't look up where I live. So how's the teching looking for the Germans? 200 fuel and 800 manpower. I don't even know what's happening. It's 600 manpower and 70 fuel being flowed by the Soviets. We have some teller mines complete, right? What the fucking... There they are. But I don't know what those will do. We'll have to wait until the Soviets build something mechanized. Instead, the Soviets just not doing anything. Soviet hasn't had much fuel control, which is why we don't have as much being floated, but both players are really reluctant to commit a lot to the teching. Let's look at this doctrine. I feel like it's been a long time since I've seen anyone use this doctrine, but it probably hasn't been. I think it's actually pretty popular because everybody gets it. Everybody should know that doctrine by now. Even me, an idiot who doesn't understand things. That guy's dead, and his rifle is... Oh, well, there goes the rifle. That solves that problem. I was like, he's dead, and his rifle is stuck through his body, so doubly bad. But then the rifle sort of slid, as if on ice. As if on a frictionless plane. It's beautiful, in a way. Happened all the time in World War II. That was a weird setup, so I wonder if that was on purpose, or if PSG Red X-Wings just clicked somewhere and it just set itself up. That might be what happened here. I think this was deliberate, but that turns out to have been ill-considered compared to the original, potentially undeliberate setup. We're going to see a Molotov. That guy is doing the Molotov. Boom! Right out and burn them to death. That's kind of a low-value Molotov, to be perfectly honest. It does manage to kill one model, but the rest are going to heal up, and frankly, it's only luck that it killed a model in the first place. Your opponent may have just retreated, and you would have gotten nothing out of that. You would have bought yourself about 2 seconds before the other machine gun shows up. But to be fair, maybe the Soviet player didn't realize how many machine guns were in reserve there. And these double mortar half-tracks, I feel like, have gotten kills, but haven't gotten as many kills as you might expect. They're up to 8. I suppose compared to the 0 for the enemy mortar, which came out basically at the exact wrong time. It came out at the perfect time to counter everything, but right as also as the other mortar half-tracks were showing up, and this thing has pretty much just served to feed kills to the enemy mortar half-tracks and to serve as a partial distraction. Not even a full distraction, because honestly the mortar half-tracks have been going after the other enemy units, especially they've been going after that. The machine gun does get the suppression off, but they're in range for a Molotov, I believe. This doesn't even show the range when I hover over it, so that doesn't help me at all. But they are in range, and they get it off, so that's pretty good, but was it worth the price? Only time will tell. These guys are getting out of the thing now. That's exactly how people should talk. 900 manpower and 265 fuel floating. Neither player wants to blink first, except the Soviet does want to blink first. We have a T-70 coming out of the thing. It's not a T-70. It is a T-70. I was about to say it was a Su-76, but it's not an Su-76. I should trust myself. Sometimes I know what I am talking about. Like once last week, I probably said a thing that made sense at some point. So what's going on with you guys? I've got some cats. They're not my cats, but I'm taking care of other people's cats, which is the best way to have cats. It's all the fun of cats, but none of the responsibilities of long-term pet ownership. Right now, they're right behind me. They're sleeping on my bed. Usually they're on my lap, but I don't know. I guess they don't like company heroes too, which, you know, join the club. So that's what's up with me. I have some soap in my hair. I took a shower, and I guess I washed behind my ears, and some of the soap got on my hair, and I didn't realize that until just now. So the thing about having soap somewhere on your body is that, unlike having other things affixed to your body that have subsequently dried and crusted up, I don't think it's gross. I don't think it's gross to have soap on your body, because if soap is gross, we're fucked, okay? Because if soap is gross, everything is gross, because you use soap to get rid of the gross stuff. And if soap itself is gross, it's the end. It's the gross apocalypse. So I refuse to get grossed out by soap. Theoretically, I would even use if I'm staying at somebody's house and they're like, you can use my bar of soap, which nobody would ever say that. But if they did say that, I'd be like, fine, I'll use your bar of soap, because if that's gross, again, you're fucked. There's nothing you can do if somebody else's bar of soap is unclean, because at some point you've gotten worse stuff on you than somebody's bar of soap, and you used a bar of soap to wash it off, and that bar of soap was equivalent to the other person's bar of soap. It can't have shit on it, because if it doesn't have shit on it and it can get shit on it, it would just get that shit on it from you, and you would just be putting the gross stuff back on you. So in conclusion, my theory is that soap cannot be gross, so I don't mind that I have some soap in my hair. Right now it's dried bar soap, not liquid soap. Liquid soap would be kind of gross just because it would get on my headphones, and you don't want a viscous sort of thing on your headphones. But that's not what I've got. That's not at all the situation. And I've watched all the Coen brothers movies the past couple of days. I finished up the last ones I hadn't seen, which is Hail Caesar and the Lady Killers and the Hudsucker Proxy. Hail Caesar, I fucking adore. That is such a funny movie. I can definitely understand if it's not people's favorite Coen brothers movie, but I thought it was fucking hilarious. Lady Killers and Hudsucker Proxy were alright, not so bad. My favorite Coen brothers movies are definitely Serious Man, Big Lebowski, and Inside Llewyn Davis. Those are the three. Where did these pioneers get the Shreks? I guess they stole it from the Tank Hunters. Those naughty, naughty pioneers. We have some more Tank Hunters called in. Oh, yeah, so the other Tank Hunters died. That thing just died. I probably shouldn't have talked quite so much about the Coen brothers movies at that particular moment. These Tank Hunters, I was like, what the fuck are they doing? They're all clumped up because they just got out of the building, then they're clumped up because they're getting into the building. That is, of course, when squads are the most vulnerable. Any sort of splash damage, like one of these mortars, has the potential to just wipe everybody because they're all on top of each other. So, of course, whenever you exit a building, you really want to give the squad some sort of other move order so that they disperse and they're not ready to get just grenaded into the fucking earth, grenaded into oblivion. Was that yes, that was a Soviet mortar shell that finally killed a single machine gunner, giving them a grand total of a kill, but they're up to vet 1 because they've been shelled so long that when they come back from the war, they're going to have debilitating mental problems, and it's actually going to be really depressing. So we've got Chekhov's demo pack there, so we'll have to watch that later in the game. We have incendiary rounds popped for fucking Lord knows what reason, I guess to scare off the T-70, and it worked. So I said Lord knows what reason, but really we are equal to the Lord. Because we know the reason. He calls in another fucking mortar half-track. He's up to 1,000 manpower and 300 fuel. At this point, I feel like Red X-Wings is trying to make some sort of point. Like, I can beat you with just the pioneers, the machine gun, and the mortar half-track. I do not need anything else to destroy you. But he's not looking at the map or something because it's fucking 80% red. So you're clearly not winning. Like, at this point, just calling the fucking tiger or whatever. I guess maybe we're waiting. You know, you know, that's what we're doing. We're waiting for the Tiger. We're waiting for 13 CPs. That's got to be it, guys. I've cracked open the tactical mind of one of the top Company of Hero players. Company Hero 2 players. Gotta get the word order correct. Hazard removal package. Oh god, that means they're gonna see the CoH's step back before it goes off. Fuck. Another fucking... Wow, the dude's fucking all in with this shit. It's Pioneers, machine guns, and mortar half-tracks, and then a Tiger, which I'm calling right now, once we get to 13 CPs. Meanwhile, the Soviets are also building the thing at the end of their doctrine. Luckily, that unlocks at 10 or 11. So, like, holy shit. Can't wait to see this thing done. I don't like these things. Nobody likes big fucking howitzers except crazy people. But it can be exciting to see them come out. And to be honest, I think I've built it once or twice too. I'm not sure. Like when your opponent's just going so heavy in the machine guns, it maybe isn't two fucking machine guns basically in the same building. These guys hopped out and maybe auto set up because that's the only reason. You never want to set up a machine gun when they're like this because they're all clumped up and one Molotov's going to basically insta-give them. We have lost the Granatwerfer squad. Those fucking tank hunters. Those fucking tank hunters. Those fucking partisan hacks. It's out of yeah, it's out of space to retreat, and so they just fucking killed both of them. Partisan tank hunters turns out to have been such a good choice for this game because like that's the #1 thing for taking out mortar half-tracks because the mortar half-track is basically no health, and the way you can't kill it is that it's too far away. But the price for this is that he's giving a lot of Shreks to the enemy. Oh man, they hit the hail bay. Oh, you hit the hail bay. Without those hail bays, this man may have died. Sort of a Hail Mary, Hail Bay sort of thing. Hail? It's not called hail, it's called Bay of Hay. Hay, not hail. Hay. I was probably saying hay bale. Hail Bay? I was saying hail bay, it's a hay bale. Jesus Christ. I'm probably, like, my brain is turning to mush or something. Do I have some sort of disease? Do I have a brain disease? Is this thing gonna detonate? Is this thing gonna detonate? Is he holding out for more? Did he kill the fucking mortar? Where the diddly shit did the pioneer... There they are. I don't know why I couldn't see them. Oh no, please detonate this thing before these guys come over. There. Oh, he's gonna recruit with the Minesweeper piles. There's too much shit going on. He called in another... Oh, and he called in the Tiger. Oh, the Tiger definitely taking care of fucking business, wiping out that tank hunter squad in one shot, and now things are looking bad for the Soviets. He's like, wait, did he cancel this thing? Oh, it's dead! It's dead! The fucking pioneers killed it, those monsters! Well, that's gonna be bad news for the Soviets. What does this thing cost? Okay, good luck, I'll never know. But it costs a lot, and that's really bad. Oh, he dropped fragmentation bombs on it? Where'd the fragmentation bombs go? Oh god, I'm so terrible. I'm sorry. Why? I don't even know what's happening. I don't see a lot of craters. Oh yeah, actually fragmentation bombs do go in a line. Okay, that explains it, yes. They go in a line, right? I think so. God, I thought fragmentation bombs were an area thing, but maybe they're in a line. If they're in a line, that would explain the blast pattern and the death of that thing. But these pyos are also up to vet 3, so they could have killed it. He's got some serious fucking vet on his shit. Tiger a bit damaged by the Shreks, and do we have AT grenades? Yes, so certainly some AT grenades went in when I wasn't paying attention. But the Soviet player really needs to figure out some sort of solution here. Maybe going to try and win on VPs or something, but it could take forever. At least he can repair the T-70 with the Pioneers. Isn't that the silver lining on the... Wow. Oh, it's the Soviet mortar. I was like, why did he build a mortar? Obviously he didn't build a mortar. Obviously he stole the Soviet mortar. I knew that even. That was weird. He was like setting up in this direction, but then he was aiming in this direction. So strange. Spooky. Do 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 do. That's like the X-Files theme song from someone who's never heard it. I've never seen a single episode of the X-Files. Can you believe it? Or a single episode of Frasier. Or a single episode of Friends. We could go on a while listing TV I haven't watched. I have seen Seinfeld, an episode of Seinfeld, but like one. TV just takes too long to watch. There's so much of it. Alright, Tiger, round 2. Tank hunters haven't gotten the memo that they're tank hunters. They're like, let's kill some pioneers. Maybe we can get our Shrek back. No, you can't get your Shrek back. It's fucking lost to the sands of time. It's lost like tears in rain. Who's pumped for the next Blade Runner movie? I am a Ryan Gosling fan. I'd watch him watch paint dry, so I'm totally in for Blade Runner Round 2, and if it doesn't suck, then that's even better. Blade Runner is my favorite movie, so it's not going to be, not going to hold a candle to that, probably, but we'll have to see. Tiger's being a little less impressive than I would have expected. The window of your Tiger is rapidly closing, because we have an Su-85 out, so that's a really good choice in response, especially if you have partisan tank hunters, because what you could do is you use your Su-85 to shoot the Tiger, and then when it tries to flank your Su-85, which is a classic Tiger move, 100% Tiger, you just line it up so that, oh, way to miss your first shot. You just line it up so that when it's flanking, you catch it with some tank hunters, and that plus some conscript AT grenades, mwah, recipe for a dead-ass Tiger, fricasseed Tiger. You can make some Tiger Balm out of its out of the oil in its tracks, or the oil in its engine, and you put the Tiger Balm on your lips, and then you got lip balm. I don't know what I think Tiger Balm is a real thing. I actually have a telephone in my pocket. Maybe I can look that up. This is going to be really good shoutcast radio. Hear Tycho using his smart telephone to look up Tiger Balm shit on the internet while you watch things. Tiger B-A-L-M. Tiger Balm ointment. It's muscle cream. It's muscle cream. Great. Love that muscle cream. I never eat mussels without it. Gotta slather that cream all over those fucking mussels before you chow down, otherwise they're flavorless. Bad texture too. Not a mussel fan. What did he just say? That sounded really depressing. This guy's half in a hill. So the T-70 up to Vet 3, somehow still alive in the Tiger era. Love to see that. Love to see that spunky, sparky T-70 with its little secure mode. That's some good shit, especially when you get into the end of the game. What that thing, the tank commander. I don't know why you would do this to Scout. I don't know what you're looking for. You're just asking for it. I guess you don't take extra damage. I was thinking you took extra damage, but that's something I made up. One of my fever dreams, and I hereby repudiate any sort of suggestion to that sort of fact. And Chekhov's thing got fucking defused, so that's the end of that. Nothing to hope for. And we're 27 minutes 46 seconds into this game. VPs are not even, they're about 100 in the favor of the Soviets, but I still have no clue who is going to win. The Soviet map control has been pushed back over the ages, over the eons, over the centuries. Now we're at basically even, although the Austria is making an assault on the right to cut off that super important strategic point. There goes the +5 +3. Oh no, plus the +5 +3 plus that. I shouldn't actually be making light of it, because it is some resources. Resources are very important in this video game because you use them to build mans and fight the enemies. And that's your Tycho Tactical Tip of today, sponsored by Tiger Balm. Tiger Balm. Explode a tiger. That's funny because bomb sounds like bomb, but you can't tell what I was just saying because you can't see the words written out, so you just have to use your imagination. T-70 is brave as fuck since there's a tiger out there, but the time to be aggressive with the tiger, I suppose, has passed for the German player. It would be nice to see the tiger used more aggressively, but I think the German player is too good to throw away. Oh, the incendiary rounds doing their job! Doing their gerb! They took our gerbs, says the tiger, but it doesn't matter. Either way, the T-70 is dead and buried and on fire. Very appropriate for the incendiary rounds. And this is an interesting second thing to build. So you might think, look, we've got this tier 3 out, or tier 4 out. We can get Katyushas, T-34s, and Su-85s. What's going to do something versus a Tiger? Well, I can tell you fucking T-34, maybe not a great idea. 76, I didn't say 85. Su-85, okay, thank God. I said 85, and then like 10 minutes later I was like, shit, did I say T-34, 85? Everything has vet, by the way. Oh God, here it comes. I'll talk later. Right now we watch the booms. Oh, not bad. These guys don't give a fuck. Oh, they should have given a fuck. If they had given a fuck, There may have been more of them to give fucks, but now there's only 2 of them left, and even if they do give a fuck, they can only give 2 fucks. And 2 fucks and a buck will get you a hand job at the corner store. I think that's how that saying goes. Or that and a buck will get you a Coke. That's probably more correct. I wanted to remember the actual thing because I don't. Anyways, those partisan tank hunters got killed on the retreat, so now there's just down to 1 squad. They didn't drop their Shrek, which is either good, considering the Germans are here, or bad, because there's no hope of getting that Shrek ever back for the Soviets, so they're going to have to call on another tank hunter squad if they ever want to see that precious Shrek again. I like the minesweepers being buddies with each other, going around everywhere. So anyways, the Soviet player's up to tier 4, and they're like, well, T-34 probably not a great choice versus the Tiger. It can effectively circle strafe it, and it can ram it when things get bad, but honestly, you really want to punch through that armor, and the T-34, not really so much with the armor punching, if you know what I mean, and I mean it can't penetrate very well. So then you're like, well, down to the Katyusha or the Su-85, and the Katyusha not gonna do a lot of damage to a Tiger. Best case scenario, some of the rockets land and do some damage, but then the rockets have to land. You gotta know where the Tiger is, and the Tiger can always drive away. And what is this assault going on? I don't know who's fighting who here, but it seems like bad news for the Soviets. Calling in another tank hunter thing, but it looks like the jury is already out. The jury is not out. The cat has left the bag. The Elvis has left the building because, yeah, it's these just 2 flamethrower squads don't give a fuck. They can stand here. What you needed was these 2 conscript squads, and I guess these guys are just here for moral support. See, they've fucking pushed the Pioneers off. Imagine if these had been coordinated with the earlier 2 tank hunter squads. These guys would have been gone. The tank hunter squads would have had carte blanche, getting a couple Shrek shots, and then the Su-85 could have felt even more confident about pursuing it further. You might have had yourself a dead or at least very grievously injured Tiger on your hands. Already we got the Tiger down to about 2/3 health, but imagine how much could have been done. I mean, some of that was damage taken earlier, but imagine how much lower the Tiger's health bar could be. Ooh, nice barrage there, actually taking some people out. Oof, that was an interesting hit. Imagine how much lower the Tiger's health could be if we had coordinated. Oh man, that rocket just went way wide and caught some people for its trouble, and this Katyusha is paying for itself, up to 6 kills. Actually not paying for itself, but it's being a pain in the ass, and that's the most you can hope for from anybody. The most any decent human being can aspire to be is a pain in the ass to somebody at some point in their life. Hopefully lots, if not lots, then at least sometimes. And if you're not a pain in the ass, consider what sort of things you could do to be a pain in the ass. For instance, could you shriek at high volumes at odd hours of the night? If you can, why don't you? Owls do it. Are you worse than an owl? I don't think you're worse than an owl. What kind of shithead is worse than an owl? Fucking exorcist googly-eyed motherfuckers. Eating shit and rats. They poop out all the good stuff. Fucking owls. Infantry watch for AT weapons. Yeah, well, turns out they got one, so you can stop watching and just start thinking about it, contemplating the fact that there's a Shrek that you... Oh, here comes the fragmentation bombs. Okay, it's gonna be in a line, isn't it? Yeah, okay, it's definitely in a line. That's what killed this. Rest in peace, pepperoni. Now what? We're 33 minutes in, and I still don't know who's gonna win. The German player is up to a... Whoops, that's not a tank. That is a tank. I was going to say the German player is up to a lot of tanks because I thought that was a Panzer IV. My silhouette recognition skills clearly have taken a deep, deep dive since early in this match when I recognized the T-70 for the T-70, and I patted myself on the back so hard that I brushed my chest hair because it went through my chest in sort of like a Mortal Kombat sort of like fatality kind of way. Oh no, the poor little barbed wire destroyed. Now there's only the posts left. These look like sort of erector set pieces. Does anyone know what erector sets are? I think they're called different things in Europe. So if you're European, you know, my condolences. And whoa, that's the end of the building. The second volley gonna go over the building? Yes, second volley's gonna go over the building, and it overshoots. So that's unfortunate. Katyusha blows its load. That was a little ill-considered. Those Pioneers were slightly too mobile. There we have replace dead people turned on. Called rapid conscription, but really it's just replace dead people, and we'll have to see whether that pays out for him certainly taking enough losses for it to make some sense. But I don't know, throwing your people into the meat grinder has always struck me as kind of a losing proposition. Now we have a T-34 being built, so we have one of each from Tier 4. I definitely put in Tier 4 to use. You cannot accuse the Soviet player of purchasing Tier 4 merely for vanity or for any sort of other suspect kind of needs. Repairing this thing under mortar fire was maybe not the smartest idea you've ever had, and now we gives up the ghost. So good. Very good. Squad replaced with conscript squad, squad replaced with conscript squad, but they're both the same conscript squad. So that's a metaphysical puzzler for you. Can you replace two things with one thing that is itself the two? I'm sure Aristotle has something to say. But we can't ask him because he's dead. Like this T-34 is going to be. I'm just calling this one right now. T-34 at some point going to explode. And if it doesn't, I don't think your estimation of me can go any lower, so I don't have really a lot to worry about. I don't have anything riding on this. Nothing is riding on this. Unlike my dick, on which your mama was riding last night. Ho, zing. You deserve that, though. You know why. So I guess this is a stolen MG42, is what I'm looking at. Don't know when it came about. Don't know what's up with it. But the Soviet player has shown a remarkable predilection towards bombarding their own troops, or more accurately, to walking in to their own bombardments. Anyways, the Katyusha did get the memo that time and just stopped after firing like 2 rockets, it seemed like. T-34. I said it was gonna die. It was the curse of the Tycho. Classic curse. I'm sure you all learned about it in school or whatever. It can be repaired by conscripts, and so it's really baiting right now, obviously, for the Su-85, which itself is being repaired, which is a ballsy move when you're under fire from an MG and a mortar, and I earlier said you don't want to do that, and that is why, my friends, you don't want to do that. When you clump up, or when you repair, you clump up, and when you clump up, you die. Or you're cat litter. But since they're not cat litter, they're dead. These people fucking cloak. How do they cloak? Can someone do they just cloak and cover? Is that just like a thing I've never understood about them? Maybe I did understand it and I subsequently forgot it. Can someone tell? What the fuck? I guess I cloak it. I don't know. I give up. I abdicate my we have a recon flight. I don't know what I'm abdicating, but I'm abdicating it. Right now, right here. Like that song. Right here. Right now. Right. Why do we have rapid conscription? What's going on? It's because we have fragmentation bombs called in? What is the plan here? I'm so confused. Where's the frag bombs? Where the frag... Oh, the frag bombs are on cooldown, so they were called in here and they killed like 18 squads, and that's why rapid conscription was turned on. I'm no longer confused. I saw these things, but I didn't internalize them until just now. And now I did, and now we're all on the same page, and the internal monologue that's yelling at me in your head, it can stop yelling. Or if you're yelling out loud, it can do that also. I'm not picky. How's the Katyusha doing kill-wise? 10. Okay, well that's a nice round number. Can't complain. Can't complain. Let's count the machine guns. A 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6, a 7. So that's some sort of record. Where's the... I don't know. I want to make a ding-ding noise or whatever, like Police Funk has on Sunday Night Fights, but I can't do that, so I'll just, maybe I can do this. Here, let's, that's a pretty good ding. That's ringing in the record for the, machine guns. Because it's a lot of machine guns. Man down. Who's gonna win? I still don't know. I still don't know. At no point in this game have I felt confident in saying either player is going to win. Although I have felt confident in saying that one of the players is going to win. I know with 100% certainty that one of the 2 players is going to win. But I can't assign a probability to either of them. There's this famous paradox in philosophy, which is that it's... if you buy a lottery ticket, it's... well, I can't remember it. It's rational to believe that your lottery ticket is not going to win, and it's rational to believe that somebody's going to win the lottery ticket and but everybody is justified in believing they won't win, even though one of them, I don't know, I can't fucking remember. So I'm not doing a very good job explaining this one to anybody. The Tiger, meanwhile, is just leisurely backing up, having been pressured out of its, ooh, that was a nice mortar hit, having been pressured out of its territory here on the right. So the Soviet player making good progress over here on the right, but really doesn't have the infantry to follow that thing up, and in fact he's being undermined by pioneers on the left and has no territory, or undermined by pioneers on the right and has no territory on the left. So things looking a little dire for the Soviets. Where's this Katyusha firing, right? Oh, it killed some people. Nice, nice, up to 13 kills. Not a round number. In fact, that's an unlucky number. Fuck this Katyusha. Am I right, folks? Am I right? Yeah, cheering noise edited in with Adobe Premiere. Whew, T-34 really not holding up to these Panzerschrecks. I don't know why we would expect that it would, but what is this? What is this? What is... It's a mortar. What's the new thing? Why is this? I guess these pioneers are new. Literally has built 4 things, this German, and I think the Soviets at about the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the mortars, 6, 7 for the engineers. Really, really limited build orders. Both of these players, they got things they're comfortable with, and not a lot of things they're comfortable with. The things they're comfortable with are not a lot. They're not large lists of things. So these guys have anti-tank grenades. I didn't know that. So that's good to know. Did they unlock this at that one? No, they unlocked tripwire flares. Has anyone ever used a tripwire flare from their partisan tank hunters? The world may never know. So things looking pretty dire for the Soviet player, unless the infantry game starts getting stepped up. Things are going to look pretty bad just because the German has so much of the map. But the thing is, the German hold on the map is basically entirely... I'm hiccuping. Entirely... Oh, those guys are dead. Entirely... I'm coughing too. Oh, why are humans mortal? Entirely reliant. They're not actually dead. I meant dead, not as in the squad is dead. They're just getting shot. Entirely reliant on machine guns, which means if you can manage to set up a flank or some sort of indirect fire sort of thing. I guess we had an observation point on this thing. If you can set up some sort of flank or something, you can fairly easily push off the machine guns, especially if your opponent's too busy to micro them. They just have to hit the retreat button. And so the hold on the left is in some ways very firm, but in other ways very tenuous. We see it being tenuous right now as that conscript squad sneaks around. It's just a lot of, ooh, we got frag bombs coming in on the tanks of the Soviet players, maybe microing on the left, and maybe... Where the frag bombs come in? The fuck did the frag bombs go? I was like, look, there's 2 tanks right here. They're totally gonna get the fucking frags bombed out of them. But it went somewhere else. What a fucking downer. Oh, whoa, this is down to the wire. Ooh, man, not blinking in the face of the enemy. The German player with balls as hard as steel and cold as steel too. Cold as ice, willing to sacrifice his machine gunner if that thing went south, and it didn't go south. It actually went, well, the conscripts went south because they retreated to the south, but it also went north, where north means good, which is usually not how it works. North usually just means cold, but people say go south for bad, so I don't know what's up with that. Anyways, reposition the MG right at point blank, managed to catch him, stop the flank, everybody's happy, people go home to their families except the dead people. And there really weren't that many dead people, honestly, because the conscripts retreated mostly because they were suppressed and about to be dead, and the machine gun didn't die at all. This is a happy ending. Definitely someone got jerked off. So, still don't know who's going to win. Soviet player now has control of enough of the right-hand side of the map that not having great control of the left-hand side of the map is not a big deal, and it's going to actually kind of be a pain for the German to push into this, because again, not a lot of mobile stuff. The Tiger obviously mobile enough, but the Su-85 is in its element defending against a Tiger at long range, so unless the Tiger figures out some way to get closer, flank or strafe or something, I don't know why I said strafe. Strafe is obviously not in the offing for the Tiger. Things aren't going to work. But the Tiger is going for a flank, so we'll have to see how this... Maybe it's just going to kill the Katyusha. Do you think? 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 I don't think it's good. That's way too risky. The Katyusha's too far back, and it's even backing up. But you can easily get caught behind enemy lines by that shit, so you don't want that. Man, what a game folks. What a game indeed. Let's just watch this. Look at this. It's trying to squish those motherfuckers. Squish those motherfuckers. Squish the fuckers. Okay, he's sort of giving it up. Or has he? Who has he? Squish him. Squish him. Squish. Yes, yes. Crush. Crush. Didn't even have to crush. He's gonna crush these guys. Oh, he's not gonna crush these guys. There's a tiger over here. Unfortunate. Oh, wow. I was about to criticize for the tiger for stopping the attention on the T-34, but it fucking paid off in spades. This tiger has killed 40. Oh my god, look at the tiger has killed 46 infantry and not a goddamn other thing. Wow. That tiger is the most valuable feline in this match. Not a lot of contestants, I know. So it might seem like damning it with faint praise. But considering there's also the two cats behind me sleeping on my bed, which are sort of included vaguely, I'd say this tiger has definitely outperformed them in the whole context of this event. And did I mention I'm spectating in real time? So this is exciting for me, but not for you, because it's just on YouTube, so you don't give a shit. Oh, I should start streaming this shit. I finally have a combination of an internet connection and a computer strong enough to stream things on the internet. I've just been streaming Battle.Right basically whenever I play it. I'm terrible at Battle.Right, so nobody watches, but you know, if you subscribe to my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/TychoCelchuuu with 3 U's, you'll get my notifications and stuff, as long as you turn on email notifications. If you don't turn on email notifications, then you won't, but you can still see the notifications when you're on twitch.tv itself. Anyways, you can see that. I'll probably be streaming Battle.Right whenever I play it, which is every once in a while. I'll try and stream these shoutcasts actually as I make them. That'll be exciting, because then you can type on the right like, Tycho, you're a fucking idiot, and I'll be like, you're a fucking idiot, and you'll be like, no, you're a fucking idiot, and I'll be like, that's true, you've hurt my feelings. But not actually, because nobody ever hurts my feelings. My feelings are impossible to hurt. My feelings are like fish. They don't feel pain, except they actually do, and scientists just realize this, and really we ought to stop eating fish. Stop fucking eating fish, you stupid fucking idiots. It doesn't even taste good. It might be good for you. It's not really clear. I guess it's got omega oils. But don't fucking eat fish. Don't fucking eat anything that has eyeballs. If it's got eyeballs, don't put it in your mouth hole. And some things that don't have eyeballs, like mussels, still don't put it in your mouth hole. Nothing good will come of that. For them. For you, maybe, but you're not the only one in this equation. Come on, step outside yourself for a sec, you egoistic bastard. So we've got this T-34 really being brave, if you ask me, considering the tiger is in tippy-top shape, and there's a Shrek out in the field. I don't really know what's up with the T-34, but it does have 25 kills, including a 26 kills plus a friendly, so 27, so I guess I don't want to fuck with this thing. It's up to even more kills. So wow, they turn on the incendiary rounds. Okay, so now for those doing the math at home, incendiary rounds, if we look very carefully at the health bar, we can calculate that they do sweet fuck all to a T-34. Frontal armor, rear armor, I suspect they might do a little bit, but we'll not get the chance to see that because the T-34 is not stupid enough to turn around and then retreat. It thankfully backs away. Katyusha up to 13 kills, so we're still at unlucky number 13. That's the problem. If you ever get 13 kills with a Katyusha, is never going to get any more kills. That's the unlucky number for Katyushas as in life. And so Tycho's tactical tip of the day is if your Katyusha has 32 or 13 kills, it is now useless, and you better just sort of suicide it into the enemy and buy a new one, because this guy's certainly got the resources to do it, as does Red Wings. Red Wings does not have the manpower to call in another tiger. Obviously doesn't need another tiger yet, but I'm thinking ahead, folks. I'm thinking ahead to the time in this match many years from now when there may not be a tiger on the map. The tiger may have met a certain fate. Death is really the only relevant fate here. I guess there's a mine here. Something blew up. Where's the Katyusha firing? Is it going to break the unlucky curse? I don't even know where those missiles are landing. Seems like they're all the way... Oh, yes, it's going to break the curse in the most spectacular way possible by wiping an entire squad, and the incendiary rounds are doing their best to hold off. But this is... That was a weird sound. Did you guys hear that? Did you guys hear that? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Listen to that shit. Listen to that shit. Love it. Sounds like potatoes cooking on a... It doesn't sound at all like potatoes cooking on a thing. It sounds like snakes playing hacky sack. Anyways, this map is fucking leveled. Oof. Gross. Were those shock troops? Those weren't shock troops. They looked vaguely like shock troops, but they weren't shock troops. They were just conscripts. I still don't know who's gonna win. This is a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying myself, even though I'm dying from the inside. Like all human beings are dying from the inside, because humans are mortal. Oof, Tiger made to Vet 3 on the back of a shot that didn't really seem to do much to the T-34. The Tiger, sensing blood, is prowling somewhat forward. This could be a climactic engagement, except obviously not. Neither player is stupid enough to commit their tanks into something that's maybe going to kill it. I guess the machine gun just got wiped out by the T-34, which itself earned Vet 3, and now we have the slug match between the 85 and the Tiger. Tiger predictably winning that one, but the 85 can keep getting in licks even after the Tiger's given itself up. The 85, oh, down to one more hit, so I said neither player was stupid. Oh, no, it's the worst possible scenario for the Soviet player. Rams the Tiger to try and save the 85, but does not save the 85. Now the Soviet player has to be all in, trying to damage the engine of the Tiger, get some fucking shit on it, but there's no buildings around to call in any more tank hunters. The T-34 itself is dead, so only the tank hunters that already exist are going to be the ones to do the job. Luckily, there doesn't seem to be anything around to stop the tank hunters. None of the heralded MG-42s are around. We have a Katyusha barrage coming in to prevent any MG-42 from showing up. The tank hunters are here. They get one more shot, and we have a T-34 come in at the end, and it doesn't even matter because the Tiger is dead. Now we have fragmentation bombs covered to drop the retreat, but there is no retreat. There's nothing fucking here. You're just going to bomb your own shit. You're only bombing your own shit. Holy guacamole, my friends. Who came out on top of that? I submit to you, nobody. The Germans going to call in another Tiger and 300 manpower. Soviets already building the 85. Effectively, we've just, like, nothing happened. Just fucking waiting for Godot here. Whew, it's a metaphor for life, guys. It's heavy shit. It's heavy shit. The eternal fight on the left between the MGs and the infantry trying to flank the MGs has reconvened. I guess we did hit the reset button on the Veteran C. This thing up to 17 kills, so has only gotten one more kill since its spectacular wipeout of that MG squad. And again, we're back at the point where I don't know who's going to win. All this Katyusha's fucked. Oh, just kidding. There's an 85 here, which maybe is going to distract the opponents long enough. No, it's probably fucked. I'm giving it an 80% chance of fucked. Oh, T-34 doing some, oh, excellent, some squishing work, and it's fucked. Yeah, so that T-34 was really nice. Notice how those Pioneers were about to shoot at the Katyusha. Oh, God, well, I don't even know if that was worth it to lose your only Shrek Pioneer squad. That was actually a huge fucking chunk of your AT, and considering you're 100 manpower away from the Tiger, that was your only AT. That was literally the only AT on the German side. This Su-85 could literally pop a wheelie in the German space, and there's sweet fuck all they could do about it. Soviet player, I don't think, realizes this, although, honestly, you can kind of think, because you've seen everything the German player has. You've been fighting for almost an hour. It's pretty clear the German player only knows how to build 4 units, and one of those being a Tiger, and you just killed the Tiger, and you haven't seen the other Tiger, because you know if there's another fucking Tiger, you're going to see it ASAP. It's not like he's going to hide that shit from you. So, you know there's no AT, but I guess really what's happening is that the ideal thing to exploit the lack of AT is the T-34, but the T-34 needs repairs. So that was just an unfortunate confluence of timing in which the Soviet could not make anything happen, and now we're back to square one with a Tiger in it. Square one always has a Tiger. There's always a Tiger in the square. It's like Hollywood squares, but with endangered species. These guys are definitely cloaked. It's just in cover, and I guess it just looked weird because it was 100% cover, because it was just craters everywhere as the fucking moon. So I was just, you know, it's the normal garden variety cover cloak, but now there's cover everywhere, so they're effectively invisible. They're ghost hunters. But don't confuse them with the Ghostbusters. I saw the new Ghostbusters movie like a long time ago, and I liked it. I thought it was funny. So fuck you. What else is going on? Nothing. What else can we talk about? What do I have around me? I've got a rolling pin. Check this out. That's the sound a rolling pin makes when you hit it on the microphone. I don't even know why the rolling pin is in my is next to my desk. It should be in my kitchen. That's where you put rolling pins. For the longest time, I never used a rolling pin. I just used an empty wine bottle, and I was proud of myself for not having purchased a rolling pin. But number one, the empty wine bottle is good for everything except pie crust. It's not tall enough or long enough or stretched out enough to make a pie crust super effectively. It's kind of annoying compared to having a real rolling pin. This Tiger is really going for it. You're really going for it. It's changed its mind. It doesn't want to go for it. It's like, I don't want to go for it anymore, mommy. I'm so scared. I'm so scared. Please don't hurt me. Oh no! It's just died. It's a fragmentation bombs. That was exciting. but fails to wipe either squad, and that might be the thing it takes to make the Soviet player win this video game. Because if you notice, the German player literally has not teched. Literally has not teched. Say that with me 3 times fast. Literally has not teched. Literally has not teched. Literally has not teched. So it's Tiger or bust for this guy. To be fair, he's only 300 manpower away from it. But still, what a pain losing the Tiger, and this time not getting a T-34 and an Su-85 for your troubles. So this could be the beginning of the end of the beginning of the end of the beginning of the end for the German player. And that was a nice mortar hit, but too little too late? You tell me. I actually can't hear what you're saying, so stop telling me. You don't have to tell me anymore. I thought the Katyusha was going to hit the mortar. That would have been exciting. Instead, it's just shelling the base, which is like Jansville. It's impressive that this bunker has been able to last. Yeah, the thing about shelling the base, it's huge dispersal. That's kind of what you want, because your opponent's going to be trying to run away from it, but they won't know what direction. But it's just way less effective than like a concentrated barrage on something much closer to the Katyusha. It could have easily wiped out this mortar squad. I don't really see why he didn't go for that. I don't know if he knows this MG is here or this MG is here. I think he knows this MG was here. Could have just tried to clear it out. I think the Katyusha is going to be the key to taking care of the left-hand side of the map if the Soviet player decides to go for it. But it looks like at this point the Soviet player has made a calculated tactical decision to forfeit the left-hand side of the map to the Huns. Not the Huns in the sense of Thunder Hun. Thunder Hun is clearly playing as the Soviets, but in the sense of the Germans. And so it's just going to be content with holding the right, trying to win a VP victory like that, because there's equal resources on the left and the right, and so why not split it down the middle and take the side with the more VPs for yourself? Why, I ask you, why would you not do that? Well, the answer is because you got Katyusha and you have enough infantry squads that you could easily just send one to the left with Katyusha support, but well, it's good. The Soviet player is still probing the left. Figured maybe this machine gun was gone. The answer turns out to be no. The machine gun is not gone. Now you're just going to have to retreat again. And so this, oh, that was a nice hit. That even takes out the squad. That goes booking it back to base, and he's like, oh, actually, I think I'll just leave. I think I'm done with this. I think I've had quite enough, and I will literally disappear into the underbrush. Classic. Classic. Mwah. Perfect. Whew. Saw The Lady Killers. Did I mention that? That's a Coen Brothers movie. Not much good in that movie, except Tom Hanks being kind of scenery chewy. It's not a bad movie anyways. Coen Brothers has never made a bad movie. You ever think about that? Those guys just shit gold. And make good movies. So they've got 2 talents. So this might be the end. Oh no, it's a tiger. Why did I even say that? Why did I even say that? Why did I even say that? Man, wouldn't it be perfect if the tiger died right there? Because you have a dead tiger here, and then a dead tiger there. That would just be like really good. How many kills does the thing have? 24? That was really fast. 25? That was really... I don't know what this tiger is doing. Why is it not moving? Does he forget that he has a tiger? Did he call him the tiger and he can't? This is just the fucking... It's the Holocaust. Look at this. 28 kills. What is going on? And we also have the incendiary rounds popped, because if you're gonna die, you die in style. Okay, here we go. Tiger to the rescue. What was that? What was that? What's this? What's this? Oh, it's the recon run. This little ring on the ground. Oh god, here come the tank hunters. The T-34 was bait. It was bait all along. It was bait all along. Your engine has been damaged. The T-34 is maybe going to ram you if it decides it doesn't need it. He does need it though. He's going to reverse out. Probably going to lose it anyways, but he's getting so much damage. Oh, getting maybe some crushing in on the Tiger. That's excellent, but he throws away his Tiger, throws away the game, throws away the hopes and dreams of the proud Aryan nationalists and their beautiful jawlines, and now all that is left is to sadly masturbate to a picture of Hitler. Man, what devastation hath been wrought by the T-34. How brutal. Brutal savage. In fact, I've been playing Titanfall 2. Also, that game fucking amazing. I've been playing Battlefield 1. That game is amazing. Overwatch is amazing. They're just releasing all the good multiplayer first-person shooters. I've heard Rainbow Six Siege is amazing, but I don't have time for that shit. I played the free weekend for The Division. I love shitty third-person shooters, so I actually had fun, but it's a really shitty third-person shooter. So, but it's really pretty. It's definitely an accurate depiction of what New York is going to look like a couple years after Donald Trump is president. So it's very prescient on Ubisoft's part for predicting the future. with that video game. So I applaud them for the Division being so accurate, but I can't say it was a lot of fun if I didn't like shitty third-person shooters. Again, I do, so it was a lot of fun, but it's just how I roll. Speaking of rolling, T34 rolls in, says, "What's up? I'm back," and these guys have fucking PTSD from this shit. I guess he's going for the base killing win, but they're repairing it, so you really just need to take the opportunity to right-click once on these guys. The whole machine gun will fire, kill one of them, then the big gun will fire, kill 2 or 3 of them, and it'll be fucking over. But instead he's going for the flashy base victory, and I guess it's actually going to work, because there's the Su-85 here too, and there's nothing, literally nothing the Germans can do, and then frankly I'm just impressed that the German player is being so stubborn and holding out so long. Most people would have thrown a tantrum and GG'd out, but this German player is an honorable German player, clearly in the same vein as Imperial Dane. Oh god, it's another fucking Tiger. What are we gonna do? What's gonna happen? Are we gonna kill the HQ before the Tiger kills everything? It's a mystery. Soviet player potentially got a little cocky. Really ought to have killed all the infantry. But that's the end of the HQ, and that's the end of the game. And that was so exciting that I don't even have another adjective to describe it. Is there a synonym for exciting? I don't think invigorating is it. So I'll have to end it here, folks. It has been a pleasure serving with you, and I hope you don't get reincarnated as a goat, because it seems like a lot of goats don't have a good life. I follow Goats of Instagram, or Goats of Anarchy on Instagram. It's like this cute goat channel with all these baby goats, but she's always rescuing fucking like goats from fucking goat slaughterhouses, and it's like, ugh, they're not having fun there. And that's also where goat cheese comes from, because they take the babies away. Okay, that's it for goats. Bye.